Today, I thought it'd be fun to take a look at my most viral latex cosplays from over the years. Yes, that's right, we're going to be looking at the most popular latex cosplays I've ever done. I'm curious to see if you could guess potentially what even might be on there. I'm sure there's at least one of the characters that you can get right. It is, however, a super interesting list. And I'm going to be speaking about 5 cosplays in particular. So in no particular order, let's start things off. The first most popular latex cosplay of mine is, of course, Poison Ivy. And the interesting fact about this cosplay, alongside it being one of my most viral, is it's one of my first as well. This latex cosplay was actually what snowballed the whole cosplay as a career thing for me. I'm not even kidding. It's literally true. And I wasn't even meant to wear this cosplay to begin with. This latex was in fact for another model at the time, and she had to cancel last minute and it fell on me to shoot in it. Hey, you know how the universe works. It clearly was meant to be. Now, this cosplay actually went viral when Instagram was still in its infancy. Yes, I am that old. And because of that factor alone, a lot of people do know me for my Poison Ivy cosplay. And I'm not particularly talking about just this one, but all the other Poison Ivy cosplays that I have indeed done over the years. I feel like when you think about me and cosplay, you probably do think Poison Ivy. I mean, I could be wrong. You could think of a completely different cosplay depending on how long you have followed my content. But definitely let me know in the comments below, because I'm interested in seeing what cosplay you actually know me from and if it's actually Poison Ivy. Now, I think this cosplay also went viral because I had such red hair that was my own at the time, and a lot of people were telling me it looked like the magic card. I don't know anything about magic, so please don't hate on me, but I tried to emulate the most iconic Poison Ivy poses, and the magic card and the way we shot this at the time seemed very similar, hence why I do think it was popular for the time. Also, latex in the cosplay community wasn't a big thing, so it was kind of that mix of both the latex community and the cosplay community coming together, and I've really tried to champion latex in the cosplay community since this point, but you know, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Next up, we have my latex Misty cosplay. Now, this one, like my latex Poison Ivy, is so ridiculously old now, but this latex design was sent to me from Straight Lace Latex, which has now merged back into Catalyst Latex, and they messaged me to ask if I would love to shoot the design. Now, of course, like most of you probably were, I was a huge fan of Pokemon growing up, so you know your girl couldn't say no to a latex Misty moment, even if it was more on the racier side of things. Whenever I posted this cosplay, it would blow up my Instagram. I'm not even kidding. I would see like 3,000 likes. I can't even get 3,000 likes and I've nearly got 100k on Instagram now. That's how dead the platform is. But I'd get something ridiculous like 3k likes a post on this outfit and not even have 10k followers. Again though, we're talking OG social media days. And it also was during a time period where the cosplay community wasn't as oversaturated as it is now. So I do feel like a lot of things went viral more easily back then because there was less of it around. I'm curious to see if you've ever seen this latex cosplay from me. I do feel like people make you feel guilty to repost old content online, even though you spent time and money creating that piece of content to begin with, which is why I don't reshare so much stuff anymore. But I also feel like you need to reshare stuff because you'll have new followers joining you all the time who doesn't even know things like this exist. Like, honestly, did you know I had this version of Latex Misty? Probably not. And if you did know I had that version of Latex Misty, thank you for being around my content for that long and following my work. I really do appreciate it. This cosplay and the Poison Ivy one really are from way back in the day now. So if you stuck with my crazy shenanigans for that long, wow, gold star for you. And if you haven't, you've still got time to stick around for that long. No, honestly, stick around. I promise I'm not weird. So with some older latex cosplays out of the way, you're probably thinking, Candy, you've got to have something new, right? You've got to have had something that has gone viral more recently. You can't keep living in the past, right? And let me tell you, I do have something more recent. And I have a feeling you know exactly who I'm going to say next. And if you don't, where have you been? Like, literally, where have you been? Because my next latex viral cosplay that I'm going to speak about is none other than Velma. Of course it's Velma, right? Like, duh. Who else could it possibly be? Velma's latex two-piece outfit went ridiculously viral for me. It's actually one of the first videos of mine that's ever reached 1 million views. And no matter what I post when it comes to Velma, she always does well on the likes, the shares, the views, the reposts. The world is just Velma mad. And I'm not gonna lie, I contemplated even just becoming Velma for the rest of my career because no one seems to hit the spot like Velma does. Would any of you like to elaborate on why that might be? Now, I think it really does help my case that this cosplay is obviously made from latex. You know, latex makes everything better. And the orange shines so well. And I think that's what gives this cosplay the upper hand as well when it comes to Velma cosplays in general. It just gives her that extra edge that makes people go, oh, it's latex too. Nice. Now I said Velma, would you be shocked when I tell you what also comes after this cosplay? Jinkies, that's right, Velma again. And you might be sitting there thinking, Candy, how can we have Velma twice in one video? And let me tell you, the answer is simple. I finally listened to you all begging me to make the catsuit version of Velma. And I went out to the freezing cold to shoot this, so if you haven't watched the video from it, please do, because I froze my literal off. That being said, whenever I post this one, it also goes viral. It hasn't gone as viral as the original two-piece set, but it still does numbers when I post it, which leads me to believe that Velma is that magic little sweet spot when it comes to cosplay and virality. Like, if my views are down and I'm posting Velma content, mind your own business. Because let me tell you, she picks me right back up with my social reach. The game is the game after all. But whatever I do when it features latex and Velma, it's gonna go viral. And I'm not mad at it. I'm just trying to think of other ways that I can cosplay Velma to get them views. Like I said, the game is the game and creators respond to whatever's getting views. So if you enjoy something a creator's doing, put a like on it, share it, comment. This literally tells us to do more of it. It's the same with if you really love cosplayers when they make huge, massive builds. Let them know that. Put the same amount of likes and comments and shares on it as something that's a little bit more racier. Because it is sort of run like a business after all, because it is one. And like any business, we respond to what does well, what people are enjoying consuming. You know, the standard thing really. It's also why I have continued to cosplay from latex over the years, because not only do I like the way it makes my costumes look, it's guaranteed to do well, which lets me know that you're also enjoying that factor too, which of course is incredibly awesome. I love creating content and sharing my art in this way, and it's always awesome to know you enjoy it too. Now, my final latex cosplay we're going to mention in this video today is, of course, my latex pink Power Ranger cosplay. This one also does ridiculously well and is relatively new like the Velma cosplays. I actually could kick myself at how long I waited to do this cosplay, nearly like 6 years, but it's better late than never, right? Because I am in love with how this cosplay turned out, and if you've not watched the full cinematic video from this look, I also really recommend checking it out after watching this video, because in the Velma latex catsuit video I was freezing, and in the pink Power Ranger outfit, I was boiling. Honestly, I can't seem to find the happy medium with shooting latex outside. But the full latex Power Ranger video is something I am also extremely proud of. And that's why it also means so much to me that this cosplay has gone viral and continues to go viral whenever I post it. It's a really special cosplay to me in the fact that it holds such nostalgic weight. And I love the fact that I just gave it my own little twist. Because in this day and age, why can't the pink Power Ranger have pink hair? And also, while she's at it, why can't she have pin-up pink hair? I love the fact that I could give that pin-up nod to this Power Ranger outfit of mine, and a lot of people also appreciated that factor too. So there we have it, 5 latex cosplays of mine that went viral. What are your thoughts on what you saw here? I'm curious to know why you think they went viral. I personally feel like it's because they have a heavy amount of nostalgia attached to them. Well, the last 4 costumes at least. Poison Ivy is kind kind of in a league of her own. She's just iconic in her own right. She's recognizable to the average person regardless of whether they've even consumed Batman or anything from the universe. I also feel like that about majority of the characters here. The average person will remember these characters, I feel. They may not be geeky anymore or even remember the last time they watched the show they featured in, but either way, they're just really recognizable characters that hold a lot of weight to a lot of different people, I feel. These characters could have been the first crush for some people, their favorite character, or it just triggers a nostalgic memory or moment in time for them that instantly makes them feel good. And that's why I feel like this lineup of characters went super viral over all of my other latex cosplays, because people have an attachment to them in one way or another, which is actually really hilarious because as cosplayers I feel like we actively seek the most unusual niche cosplays instead of doing the most obvious ones. Like, we really do try and avoid well-known characters. I personally know I have throughout my cosplay career, when in reality I feel like it's all people want to see. They don't care if you're the 500th Velma they've seen today, or the 2000th Poison Ivy. They'll drop a like on it because they know who you are. I've done so many niche cosplays throughout my career that have gained no traction at all. And I truly believe that some of my more niche cosplays are better than the ones that are featured here. But that doesn't matter because they was all lacking one thing: the nostalgic vibes and the notoriety. This is just my personal theory on the matter though, and I would actually love to know if you agree with me or not. You can even let me know why said cosplays that are featured here today might be your personal favourite. Perhaps I'm missing something completely obvious altogether. It's always awesome reading your comments and getting your feedback, and I try to respond to as many of you as I can. However, that's it from me today with my latex viral cosplays. Maybe this has triggered a thought process for you if you're a cosplayer to perhaps just do that well-known character. Who knows, it might go viral for you. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I of course will see you in the next one. P.S. Go watch those videos I mentioned, please. They're awesome, I promise. I've even left them at the end of the video to make it easier for you.